Productivity in the workplace will often result in a sense of accomplishment and can even lead to better customer service. But if you have a great system in place, does it hamper your creativity and your spontaneity? Hi, I'm Dave Edwards. One of my viewers asked that question, which I posed to David Allen, the author of the book, Getting Things Done.
So Clayton writes, how do you measure the success of your system? Sometimes I feel like when I'm doing nothing on my list, that is a success of my system. Other times I feel like I'm in the groove and what most action and doing most actions in my system can both be right.
Absolutely. That's exactly what I do. The reason I have a system is so I can be spontaneous and not do what's in the system if I feel like doing that. But then I have the freedom to do that. I'm a spontaneous, follow my intuitive hunches kind of guy. I only came up with GTD so I could do that. It's hard to be spontaneous and follow your intuitive hunches if your life is out of control. It doesn't work. So I guess that was the
People,
big aha over the years of me and GTD was that this was set up for freedom. It was not for constraint.
yeah, I often like to remind people that it's getting things done, not getting more done. And I think that's where sometimes people get confused, where they think that what you're advocating for is to get more done and not have the time to enjoy life or do whatever you want to do.
Yeah, exactly. Well, they're all outcomes. If you go on a vacation to relax, you don't relax. That's an unproductive vacation, right?
Right.
If you go to a party to boogie and you don't boogie, that's an unproductive party. See, productivity just got a bad rap as a word. It just means everybody thinks, oh, sweat more, work more, whatever. It just means produce what you're wanting to produce. And if what you're wanting to produce is relaxation, fun, happiness, a sense of fulfillment, or whatever, that's GTD. It's like, yeah. Then what's your next action? What do you need to do to feel more happier or more relaxed or whatever? So it's just asking you to engage more toward the outcomes that you're after, but it doesn't restrict your outcomes. As a matter of fact, one of the things that I've been very careful to do over the years with GTD is not predict what outcomes you need to have. Those are up to you. What GTD does is create more space to move toward them. And so you could have very different outcomes than somebody next to you. But if you have more space and they have more space, you'll both be more productive toward whatever those things are.
Yeah, I was thinking that, some people think that GTD is about, what you do at work, but really, if you're using it well, it is opening up more time and you have more flexibility in your entire life because these principles don't stop, in a 9 to 5 environment. They really, affect your entire lifestyle.
For sure.
Yeah.
And some people are pretty good at setting up a barrier. When I leave work, I have no thoughts about work and I'm totally home and I'm at my personal life. I question whether that's really true. Uh, I've never seen a distinction between one or the other. I'm as likely to have a thought or a good thought or a gee, I should thought about my personal life as well as my business life. I just don't make any distinction between those things. And if people do and they can, I go, great, level of power to you. If you can do that, if you can isolate those things. I just don't think that's psychologically really true.
Yeah, I agree with that. I sometimes think that I have my best ideas about my personal life when I'm working, and I have my best professional ideas when I'm relaxing. And I've never figured out why, but it's like I have space to think about different things in different ways.
Sure. Well, it comes back to a lot of the new cognitive science research about your necessity for the brain to relax and let your archive brain make a lot of connections that your conscious mind just can't do. It's not good enough to do that.
Hmm.
So, my friend Theo Copernoli, who wrote Brain Chains, did a lot of research on that. That you have the sort of the conscious mind, and then you have the limbic mind, and then you have the archive mind. The archive mind is the one that needs rest. It needs sleep. It needs time to then take the complexities. Most people, our world is full of a lot of complexity. Even if you think you run a simple life, during the day, people have estimated you have 50,000 thoughts and all the different kinds of things coming at you that you need to integrate, that you need to think about, that you need to make decisions about. Is a lot more complex than most people realize. And so trying to make sense out of all that, it doesn't show up with a nice, neat package. It shows up in weird, random, strange ways. And so you need time for the archive part of your mind to sit and spin that stuff together and make more sense out of it. That's why sleeping on things they've discovered actually it makes a difference in terms of coming up with a solution, because it lets the brain move past your conditioning of your conscious mind and then open up other possibilities. So when you say, gee, sometimes when I'm relaxing, I have my best business ideas. No kidding. That's because a lot of the complexity of your business life is just being knit together and put together where suddenly you get you get the aha moment,
Hmm.
you know, and those tend to show up simply because of apparently the way that your cognitive brain is engineered.
David Allen is the author of Getting Things Done. I discuss productivity with David on a regular basis. If you don't want to miss any of our segments, I would hope that you would subscribe below. And if you have any questions for David, post them below or email me at daveedwards@outlook.com. And don't forget to subscribe to my weekly free newsletter on productivity, leadership, management issues. Just go to my website, daveedwardsmedia.com, click on contact, send me your information, and I'll get you on the list.